Hi there, in this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips to virtually guarantee success in your first hire in your wholesaling business. My name is Todd Toback, and I've wholesaled close to 1,000 houses, and 95% of those were locked up by someone on my team and not by me personally. And I teach people how to transform themselves from real estate hustlers to real estate business owners. Now, if this is the first time you're watching my video or you have not been to nextlevelwholesaling.com, I got a gift there for you, and that's the business assessment. Okay, what this is, it's actually a quiz for you to actually rate yourself, to get a real outsider's look of where you are in your real estate business. Are you ready to hire somebody? How are you doing in acquisition? How are you doing in disposition? How are you doing with your cash flow, right? Go to nextlevelwholesaling.com and download this. It's going to spit out a score for you, and you're going to know exactly where you stand so that you can extract yourself from your business and have your business generate cash for you month after month after month without your personal day-to-day involvement. So, what are the 3 tips, and why do you need to guarantee success on that first hire, right? You know, you're probably, if you're watching my videos, you probably have done some real estate deals and you're kind of in that hustle mode, right? Maybe you're a one-man show, or maybe you've hired some employees as it hasn't worked out. And you've got a fear that if you hire someone, maybe it's not going to work out again. Believe me, I've been there. Or maybe you're going to spend some money and time and energy, and you're going to lose some leads, right? And I'm talking about maybe hiring that first most important hire, and that's an acquisition manager who's actually going to lock up deals for you on your behalf without you having to meet with sellers, right? And that's a really great thing to do. I can tell you the day that I hired an acquisition manager in my business was the day that I really tasted freedom. And I want you to experience that. I can tell you there's no feeling like that. It's absolutely game changing. By the way, do me a favor, if in the comments below, let me know how many deals you've done. If it's 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, I'd love to hear how many deals you've done. I'd like to know the audience that's watching, and love to engage with you. So, you know, I know you have those fears, and I know it's scary, and believe me, I've hired a lot of people. I've also had to let a lot of people go. I've hired people and it's worked out, and I've hired people that it hasn't worked out. And so I've identified 3 things for you. I want to cut out all of my, I want you to give you a shortcut so that you don't have to experience what I experienced. Okay, I got an ambulance in the background, sorry about that. But I want to give you a shortcut, okay? And that's really, really, really important. And so that shortcut, okay, is doing these 3 things. So the first item, and this is something that's so easy to do, is a process that I learned from a book called Top Grading. And it's called torquing, T-O-R-C, threat of reference check. Now, before you think, I know what this is, all right, I guarantee you, you probably don't. All right, so let me give you a overview of what I used to do. I used to bring people into my organization with excitement and enthusiasm, and you know, I used to think I could save people, right? So like, hey, this person, you know, they just need a break, right? And maybe they didn't do well their last 2 or 3 jobs, or they did great in the interview, and they had, you know, a history of their jobs maybe being like 8 months, a year and 2 months, right? I used to think I used to save these people because I was so good. Well, let me give you a tip. You know, in the stock market, how they say past performance is not an indication of future results? Well, it's just the opposite in people's career. Past performance is always a predictor of future results. I'm going to say that again. Past performance is always a predictor of future results. So one of the things that we do is the threat of reference check. And we tell people, hey, we're going to be talking to your last 3 employers. We want to know what your manager thought about you. And by the end of this your process, you're going to have to set up interviews with them, with us, right? So you're going to have to set the appointment with them, with us, right? Now, if you've got a rock star, if you've got someone who has done a great job in the past, they're going to have no problem doing that, right? No problem whatsoever. I don't care if you're dealing with someone who's right at college. They can line up with their high school football coach, right? Or their high school cheerleading coach. They could talk to you about the job that they had in college, and they worked at Subway for 2 years straight, and they were always on time, and they were highly coachable, and they had a great attitude. I don't care if they're in your profession. You want to see their character. That's really, really, really important. When you talk to past employees, or employers, it really is an indication of character and someone's work ethic. And so if you've got someone with great character and a great work ethic, and you can talk to 3 past employers whom they've worked with, and those employers are willing to speak with you after your potential employee team member has set it up, you've got a winner. Ding, 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 ding. Now let me tell you, a lot of people don't do this. Why? Because it's work. Work up front. And you will lose a lot of process during the torquing process, right? When you talk to people telling that you're going to have references checked, they're going to run from the interview. And that's okay. You just saved yourself a lot of time, money, and energy. By the way, do me a favor. If you think that's a good idea or a bad idea, let me know in the comments. Good idea, bad idea. But I can tell you right now, absolutely game-changing in my business. When I first heard it, I'm thinking, this sounds ridiculous, right? And it's going to be so time-consuming. Try hiring and training someone and have it not work out. Try meeting with a motivated seller at 8 o'clock at night when you're away from your family and not getting the contract. Oh, man, that hurts, right? This is peanuts in terms of your time investments. You will get it back, I promise. Do me a favor. Hi, Eric. Thank you for commenting. Appreciate it. Do me a favor. Can you also, anyone who's watching this, share this with 2 or 3 people who you know you need to hear it. I am out to eliminate the one-man wholesale operation and create real business owners. 'Cause I can tell you, being a one-man shop and a wholesaling business will not be sustainable. Love you guys. Want the best for you. And that's what this business can provide. Expand yourself and other. Thank you for the thumbs up. Okay. Number 2 thing that you can do to virtually guarantee success when you bring on that first hire after you've done the torque is set up crystal clear expectations. Crystal clear expectations. So, I remember when I hired on my second acquisition specialist, and we butted heads a lot, right? And I was always really frustrated, and I was like, hey, how come you're not doing X, Y, Z? And he's like, well, you never told me to do X, Y, Z. I didn't know that I was supposed to call every lead back the same day that you got it. I didn't know that you wanted me to send out an offer to every single deal that came across my desk, right? I didn't know that you wanted me to leave my voicemail, have a voicemail message that said that I don't work on Saturdays and Sundays and that I'll call you back on Monday, right? And so I didn't give my team very, very clear expectations. And those are the end results. I'm not telling you to micromanage every single process, but some of the things that we have with our acquisition specialist are that all leads get called back the same day they come in. An offer goes out on every single lead that you don't go out on an appointment on. Every lead gets followed up with every 90 days, regardless of motivation, unless they say, do not put me or take me off your list, right? Mail goes out every 6 weeks to the same list, or every Thursday, every single week consistently, right? You're going to get 5 leads per day, per rep, whatever it is, whatever the position, lay out the expectations. And so some of the things that I do now with the forms are, hey, these are the things that if you did them, I would be ecstatic, right? If you followed up with all sellers within 20 minutes of their first phone call. If you sent out offers to everybody who you did not go out on an appointment on, right? 3, you made at least 2 hours of prospecting calls every single day when you weren't meeting with motivated sellers, right? And so I lay out, hey, you'll be a hero if you do this, right? Then you could go back and say, hey, I would be really frustrated if you did X, Y, Z, right? If leads are slipping through the cracks and you're not following up, that would really frustrate me, right? If you are not waiting for the seller to give you if you're waiting for the seller to, if you're always giving a number before the seller does, that would be really frustrating. And so you could write out these crystal clear expectations for your team. By the way, if you're just joining us, you got to head over to nextlevelwholesaling.com. I actually have a business assessment for you, and this is where you'll be able to actually score yourself in the 4 core areas of your wholesaling business. That's acquisition, disposition, marketing, and your accounting and cash flow. Really important. You're going to take the quiz, going to spit out a score and tell you exactly where you're at so that you can head towards actually removing yourself from your business and generating cash month after month after month without your personal day-to-day involvement. Nextlevelwholesaling.com. The link actually should be right in the description below. Okay. By the way, do me a favor. If you've ever used an expectation sheet or written that out, tell me no. By the way, if you've ever had to fire an employee because of different expectations, say me. I know I've been there, and there's been actually many hires who were great, who I did not give proper expectations to, and it was actually my fault. And if you look back, it's always our fault as the leaders. The buck stops with us, right? Either we hired the wrong person, and that's our fault, or we didn't set correct expectations. That was 2. Or we didn't do the third thing. And this is really, really, really important. And this is properly onboard and train your new team member. Now, it is really important, especially if this is your first employee, right, is that when you are the subject matter expert, right? Meanwhile, you've talked to sellers, you're the person in the company who knows how to meet with motivated sellers, and you are now the expert. That when someone comes on, that you put them in the direct position to succeed. So you can't just hire someone and throw them right into the mix. It's not going to work, right? They're going to drown. You're going to make it really hard for them. They're going to get worried and burnt out and scared and lose deals and then say, I'm not making any money and I'm out of here, right? How do I know this? I've done it. Right? So when you bring somebody on, you teach them good habits. You role play. You use my system like the No Limit Selling system, and you have them do it. You go over expectations. You listen to phone calls, and you invest time into them so that they can succeed and make more money and be with you for the long term. And this is an investment up front, but that's why they call it an investment, because you give up now. You sacrifice now for the long term, which is going to, again, enable you to extract yourself out of your business pretty much forever, right? Some time up front, and it's going to be awesome. By the way, if you're liking this, give me a thumbs up or a wow face. I would sure appreciate that. All right. So the third thing is properly onboard and train your people. The second part of that, okay, I'm gonna give you. This is a bonus tip: is that training never stops. Right? Training will go in one ear. People will get it, implement. You'll see a bump in productivity, and then all of a sudden it'll go out the ear, and then you'll see that productivity go down unless you always train. So the training always grows. Boom, 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 boom. Same with you. Your growth never stops. Never stops. You're always getting better. You're always investing in your team. You're always giving them resources, right? And you're going to get to some point where you say, hey, I'm going to hire a subject matter expert where I don't even want to train this person because I know less than they do. And now they can implement because you have now hired up, right? And that's a great point to get to. You want to get there as fast as possible. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have an idea for a future video, please leave a comment below. I would really appreciate that. Lets me help there. So again, if you like the topics I'd like to hit, leave a comment below and I will do that. If you haven't been to nextlevelwholesaling.com, download the assessment. It's going to let you know exactly where you are in your business to score yourself so that you can actually remove yourself from your business, from the day-to-day operations, and have a cash machine generating cash without your day-to-day involvement. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.